How Grow Garden conquered Roblox and earned millions. I dug deep, forums, articles, social media, and pieced together the full story. This video isn't just about the facts, it's the versions and details I discovered. Some of them might even shock you. Imagine a game about gardening that beat every other record in Roblox. Grow Garden, a casual farming simulator, suddenly outperformed even global hits. By late May, up to 9 million users were playing Grow Garden at the same time. And in June, it peaked at over 16 million concurrent users, beating Fortnite's record and ranking above the top 5 Steam titles combined. How did this simple Roblox gardening game become an internet phenomenon, drawing more eyeballs than big AAA titles? Together, we will explore its development and success stories. The story of Grow Garden is pretty common. In late March 2025, there was this simple gardening simulator in Roblox. Its creator is a 16-year-old teenager called Adrian. He made it in 3 days. The young developer with the nickname BMWLux was not a part of a big studio. In the beginning, the game was just a fun and side project. No one expected that in a few months this prototype will rise to the top charts. In May, this project became the most influential one in Roblox history. I've recently also created a new game in Roblox, but in a horror genre. It's about unexpected adventures in a school where monsters are lurking. Instead of 3 days, I've spent 5 months on it. A lot of time and resources were spent. The goal was to make something simple, but I've decided to make the gameplay more dynamic and enticing. When the monster catches you, you have a chance to escape, so you can uncover the lore of the game and find many secrets. My game is not revolutionary, but it has many deep mechanics and players' ability to influence his or her outcome. Grow Garden also doesn't provide anything new. The gameplay was made simple and relaxing on purpose. You start with a small garden bed and a few seeds. You grow crops and sell them for the in-game currency. With them, you expand your garden. You buy new seeds, animals, and upgrades. There is also a pet store in the game. You can raise exotic creatures that will live in your garden. Sometimes random events will happen. For example, you might find mutant plants that you can sell for a higher price. Your garden grows even offline. Coming back, you find a lot of crops and plants to sell. No combat system and complex mechanics. It's a peaceful gardening simulator that can be understood even by a child. The creator of Grow Garden collected many successful ideas from other projects, like Farmville, Adopt Me, and Tamagotchi. This hybrid is beloved by a young audience. The simplicity and visual style of Roblox are also important. The game is also inspired by mobile idle games. This is unusual for a Roblox game. All of this made Grow Garden a gardening simulator on steroids for kids. It has something familiar but with new features that hold your attention. In the beginning, Grow Garden was just a small indie project in Roblox. It was played by a few thousand people, and the gamers kept coming back. It drew attention of experienced developers. In April, the game was noticed by a talent hunter, Jansen Madsen from Splitting Point. He is a well-known developer from New Zealand. He created popular games in 2010s. He understood that he can grow something bigger from a small garden. The studio bought part of the game and took it under its wing. Young Adrian also became part of the team. Madsen claimed that the original author retained about 50% ownership. After that, around 12 developers joined in to polish Grow Garden. A solo pet project turned into a professionally supported product in just weeks. With studio support, the game transformed fast. New content, bug fixes, player feedback all implemented. Scheduled in-game events rolled out. Special deals on rare seeds appeared at set times. Players rushed in for unique loot, achievements, a nearly 10 million Roblox group, and active Discord. These improvements aligned the game with Roblox algorithm. Grow Garden was featured more in suggestions and top charts. Every week, its online numbers surged. By mid-May, permanent play counts exceeded 1 million, then 2, and it raced toward new records. May 2025 saw the world talking about Grow Garden. On May 17, it became the first Roblox game to surpass 5 million concurrent players. That shocked everyone. By comparison, PUBG on Steam peaked at around 3.2 million, and Counter-Strike 2 holds roughly 1.6 million. But the hype didn't stop. A couple weeks later, Grow Garden topped its own records: 8.9 million, 11 million, and finally, on June 14, it reached 16.4 million, an unprecedented feat in gaming. That's more people than the population of entire countries, about 3 times the population of New Zealand. It set Roblox records for fastest growing game, most visits over 14 billion in months, and the highest concurrency in gaming history, even above Fortnite. So what's the secret? Why are kids and teens glued to this garden game? YouTuber Think Noodles says the devs optimized everything to hook players and go viral on Roblox. Grow Garden uses multiple player triggers: collectibles, seeds, mutants, pets, competition, leaderboards based on shekels, social features, visiting gardens, even stealing crops from others for Robux. Plus regular events and updates which create FOMO, fear of missing out. No one wants to miss a rare event. Another factor, it's stress-free. No PvP, no PvE, just chill farming. This draws a wide crowd, even young kids. About 35% of players are under 13 per Madsen. A viral video showed an entire class in a computer lab waiting for a Grow Garden update. Crazy hype on par with Pokemon or Minecraft, but now in Roblox. Of course, with that scale comes massive revenue. Grow Garden is free to play. Patient players progress slowly, but impatient ones buy boosts with Roblox currency. Need more shekels? You can buy them. They also sell growth accelerators, premium seeds, better tools and pets. This system generates millions. In May 2025 alone, it earned around $12 million. Players spent over 1.2 billion hours in-game that month, almost twice the previous Roblox record. It topped Roblox charts in both revenue and time spent, surpassing elder champs like Blox Fruits. Naturally, the creator and team cashed out and prospered. The 16-year-old author, still anonymous, became a millionaire in just months. A classic Silicon Valley success on Roblox. Grow Garden's story is like a modern fairy tale about a golden seed. A small project planted by a young enthusiast blossomed into a global hit. These kinds of stories may define the future of the industry when tiny ideas sprout into massive success. Share your thoughts in the comments. What do you think of Grow Garden? This Roblox game has its own black market. Players trade virtual seeds and pets for thousands of real dollars, and no one, not even Roblox itself, can stop it. But let's start from the very beginning. In just a few months, Grow Garden became the biggest hit in Roblox history. Peak concurrent players 21.9 million people. That's more than all the top games on Steam combined. Roblox stock skyrocketed, investors rushed to the platform, and behind the scenes, a very different kind of growth began. On the surface, it's a game about strawberries, carrots, and rare seeds, but in reality, it's a story about power, money, and a challenge that landed on the shoulders of just a teenager. In my previous video, I told you how a 16-year-old developer known as BMWLux built Grow Garden in just 3 days, and how this small project turned into a multi-million-dollar business. But today, I'll show you what's really hiding under the surface: the black market, the scandals, the criticism, and how sudden success can break a person. And at the very end, I'll share how all of this affected me personally. I'm not a famous developer, I'm just a regular guy who's been working every single day for the past 5 months on my very first game, Edvil School, a horror game about a school, monsters, and secrets. It's not a blockbuster, but it's made from the heart. Your support isn't just numbers, every single click is one step forward for me. It's what gives me the strength to wake up, write code, and take the next step. It helps me keep going. And now, let's uncover the secrets of Grow Garden. Ready? Then let's dig deeper. Inside Grow Garden, the cutest little farming game on Roblox, a real black market. Yes, you heard that right. Seeds, pets, even carrots started being sold for real money on eBay, Discord, anywhere you can imagine. And you know what's the craziest part? This is against Roblox rules, but no one, not even Roblox, could stop it. How much were these wedgies worth? According to Bloomberg, the volume of illegal sales around Grow Garden was hitting millions of dollars every week. That's on the level of CSGO skin trading, except here, instead of rifles, it's pumpkin seeds. And of course, scammers swarmed in. Some sold pets that didn't exist, others just vanished after a trade, taking rare fruits with them. We found mountains of these stories, kids and adults losing their rare animals. On Reddit alone, there are thousands of posts like this. Drop a comment if you or someone you know ever had something like this happen. But here's the irony. Surface, Grow Garden looks like the most harmless game ever. It's just a farm for kids, but behind that cuteness, real schemes. Some inside the game, others outside of it, all working together as one system. It's like walking into a grocery store and under the counter there is a black market exchange of rare fruit. And here's the key. Grow Garden became the very first Roblox game to spawn a real underground market. This isn't just success, this is a warning to the industry. Kids' games are no longer just games. But the real question is, can the one who started it all handle the pressure, or will he break under the weight of it? When you're 18 and you're making more than your teachers will in their entire lives, your life will never be the same. Hit that like button if you'd want to make money this fast.
Everyone thinks being rich is easy, but I'm 16 and I just want to play Minecraft, not deal with hiring lawyers.
But when the game blew up, BMWLux faced his toughest boss yet, and no, not in the game, but in real life. He was just an ordinary high school kid. A week later, a millionaire. A month later, the founder of a company. The money came fast. Psychologists call this financial overload, and yes, it really can break you. For example, 90% of lottery winners lose everything within 5 years. TikTok stars burn out in a year. YouTubers fall into depression from the pressure, and here he is, a 16-year-old kid with millions of dollars, hate, stress, all hitting him at the same time. That's how you can lose everything: your family, your freedom, even yourself. I just hope he makes it, because climbing to the top, it's not just likes and money, it's a test. And while BMWLux tried to hold onto who he really was, the internet was boiling, because the first waves of criticism have already begun. Kids were thrilled, but adults were shocked. Why? Let me show you. Kids were spending up to 14 hours a day inside the game, trading sleep and school for strawberries and epic seeds. And with 35% of the player base under 13, the in-game mechanics looked a lot like gambling: rewards, traits and heavy FOMO. And in reality, it wasn't just parents who were shocked. When a Grow Garden skyrocketed, a whole different game started outside Roblox. The speed at which it all grew was insane. Media, investors, YouTubers, fans, everyone wanted attention, answers, action. But BMWLux himself said almost nothing. No interviews, no long explanations, no personal confessions. Why is he silent, players asked. But maybe silence itself was the answer. Drop a comment, what would you do if millions of eyes suddenly turned to you demanding answers? BMWLux handed management over to others, more experienced, more grown up. And he stepped away from the front line, but his name still lit up the headlines. Silence isn't weakness, it's protection. He was never obligated to be a public figure, he just made a game and ended up with a company, responsibility, an entire industry. So who's really running Grow Garden now? Not everyone has to become the spokesperson of their own popularity. Sometimes it's easier to step into the shadows, not to hide, not to survive, because when you've become the face of a game, you're no longer just a developer, you're the brand, the one people look at with hope, with demands. Yes, BMWLux is no longer the one leading Grow Garden, but you know what the paradox is? Even when you step away, all eyes are still on you. Players, haters, investors. You've become the symbol of something massive and it won't let you go. So now let's figure it out. Who's really behind the game now? According to public sources, Grow Garden today is a cooperative business project. It's no longer just a game, it's a whole system with marketing, analytics, and its own internal economy. Everything that one teenager used to do alone is now handled by teams of specialists, game designers, marketers, moderators, and programmers. But is the magic still there? When a project changes hands, it can get better, but it can also lose its soul. Some players say the new updates feel soulless. Everything's automated, polished, perfect. That wild chaos and unpredictability gone. But is that really fair? Didn't BMWLux earn the right to rest? Was he truly obligated to carry it all to the very end? Sometimes greatness isn't about holding on forever, it's about letting go just to survive. But here's the question: who gets the money now? Who owns the rights? Who makes the decisions? And where did the millions go? Today, Grow Garden isn't just a Roblox game. It's a system, a machine, a business product. By estimates, Grow Garden makes around $20 million a month. BMWLux kept 50% of the rights and receives a solid share of the profits. The other half belongs to Splitting Point Studios, handling support and updates, and smaller portion to Do Big Studios, a professional team with managers, analysts, and marketers. According to insiders, they're the ones truly running the project now. The idea is that this way it's safer. You've got more people, more control, more resources. But when a whole team works on a game, it becomes more stable and often more predictable. The original mechanics of Grow Garden were wild, risky, and viral. Players never knew what would happen tomorrow. That created the feeling of a living game. People came for emotions, not for stability. The game was broken by bugs, and when a bug gave you an advantage, you felt like you'd found a secret. That was part of the magic. But now everything is optimized, monetization polished, content scheduled on time, and for many, that's a turn off. You come looking for chaos, but instead you get the business version of a farm, neat, polished, perfect, but no longer that game. They turned our anarchy into a pitch deck for investors. But maybe that's the only way. Roblox is no longer just a platform for experiments. It's a market worth millions of dollars. And the rules are different now. And BMWLux, he's just watching from the sidelines now. No posts, no interviews. One source wrote, "It's like he pulled the plug and disappeared." And you know, that explains a lot, because sometimes keeping a game alive means letting it go. The real question isn't just who's running the game, it's who owns its soul now. But here's what's even scarier. How many games had a soul but nobody ever noticed? Sometimes a living, atmospheric, interesting game just stays in the shadows, without millions in funding, without producers, without hype, without a flashy release, but with an idea you simply couldn't let go of. Edvil School, my very first Roblox horror game, I built it in 5 months and I keep updating it, not in a studio but at home, from scratch, with a pencil. I don't dream of millions, I just want to create something truly worth playing, with unique monsters, mysteries, and the challenge to escape the school. Your support could change everything for me. Click on Edvil School, give it a try. I hope the game can scare you and surprise you, and leave a comment, I read every single one.